Hello, everyone. This is Evoli with onGamers.com. Next to me is my friend Rod Slasher Breslau and my sort of friend Travis Gafford.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. Work in progress.
So we're here to talk about the, we just saw the opening ceremonies at Blizzcon. It's the first event that we all get to go to together and just sort of cover. So, we saw some really cool stuff, a WoW expansion, Diablo 3, but let's talk about the esports stuff. Slasher, I know, for instance, that there was a ton of StarCraft 2 talk during that opening ceremony. What did we hear?
We heard nothing besides WCS trailer for StarCraft 2. I guess the only notable thing, and this will lead into our main topic, which is Heroes of the Storm. I mean, come on, it's Heroes of the Storm, StarCraft 2, and Hearthstone. This is number one. Dustin Browder, lead game director now of both games, was only StarCraft 2 before, but as we saw coming into BlizzCon, listed on the panel, it was just Heroes of the Storm. But now we know him, and most likely his team is going to be doing both. I don't really know if his whole team, the StarCraft 2 teams, the Heroes teams, are going to be together. I know, Travis, you think that they are, but at least we know that they are going to be working pretty closely related to each other. But it's all about Heroes. So now, from the Dota perspective and from the League perspective, what do you two think?
I think what was really interesting was Browder, his part of the introduction, Heroes and Heroes alone, when he's really been one of the faces for StarCraft 2 the last several years. Initial sort of reactions to the hero stuff that we have seen feels a little casual, which is interesting. Feels a little more casual than League, which is a sentence I never thought I'd hear myself saying.
Well, Cody and I haven't had a chance to play it yet. We're about to go take a look at it then, but we figured we could sort of tell you guys some of the things that we'd already heard. And let's address what we saw in the opening ceremony. That trailer with the iconic characters just sort of going at it. We saw stuff from the Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo universe.
Blizzard makes stuff look great.
It was fantastic. I had sort of my reservations coming into this. I felt like Blizzard was maybe a little late to the MOBA party, but the fanaticism that some people have about Blizzard IPs is just crazy. And seeing that trailer, like the entire room was going nuts.
Yeah. Raynor and Diablo going at it against each other. Like if this game succeeds, I think it'll be a lot of it will be credited to just the huge success that these IPs have. These iconic characters. There's really nothing that we see in the MOBA or RTS genre right now. Which, by the way, they didn't use either one of those terms.
Very deliberate.
Very telling.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that plays out, how they decide to position it. Did you guys pick up on the fact that they seem to sort of leverage the fact that their fans had made the genre? They sort of almost claimed ownership of that. What did you think?
I mean, Browder basically said this is a genre that's taken over the world. This is a game that's taken over the world, made by our fans and our players.
With our tools.
Our tools and our community, and they have done that. And it kind of feels like they want to take credit for A, Dota, which they lost and which they no longer have, and then B, League of Legends, which is the most played game in the entire world now. It felt, I understand the way they're going about this. I believe that it's probably the right way, though I felt it was almost a little disingenuous about the way they were trying to make it. I think it was pretty deliberate. They didn't use the term ARTS or MOBA the entire time.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that was an accident. Browder came out, and there was a little bit of posturing there, but it's their event. I definitely felt, though, like he wanted to put the stake in the ground with the, this is the genre of genres, and it's from our wheelhouse.
From us.
Yeah,
we did
exactly.
It. We did it.
Yeah, it was and it's taken the whole gaming industry by storm. I think they said they even made reference to the fact that this was like the most popular thing right now for PC gaming. So should be pretty interesting. I can't wait to play it and sort of get a feel for how they interpret the genre.
Yeah. So before we let you go, let's talk about the mechanics that we do know about. Shared experience across. So like if you're leveling, there's no. I don't know what this does for the idea of carry and support if everyone's getting experience at the same rate. No purchasable items either, which is kind of weird. That's been a staple for this genre of series, forever. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of this guy's excited about Heroes.
People are excited about BlizzCon. Yeah.
So that's kind of weird, and it has again that casual feel, which feels congruent with the sort of stuff we've seen from Hearthstone. And Hearthstone's extremely popular. I mean, playing to their strengths, I think.
What about these different maps?
Yeah, there's 3 different maps. They seem to have a lot of interesting mechanics. What a lot of people I've seen on Twitter sort of drawing comparisons of this to is it's almost kind of like they're looking at it the way they looked at WoW arenas, where maybe there's less focus on actually like the early grind and more just on this like multiple person combat, one team against one team thing. And some strange little like RNG mechanics that we saw in World of Warcraft arenas whenever that was sort of trying to push its way into the esports field. So I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, From what we've heard, it plays quicker, and I think Browder at one point in time used the word 5v5 brawler. I think this is a game about, all right, here are these heroes that you've grown up with, you played all these games, let's just get them in and just have a sort of a crazy fight.
Yeah. Reminds me of maybe Bloodline Champions, a little bit of that game mixed in there.
Covered BLC, you've been there, man.
Oh, yeah, of course, in Sweden, a few hundred people.
Hey, what about Hearthstone, though? Because we didn't talk about Hearthstone.
It's coming to Android and iPhone. I mean, before they put the Android symbol up there, I was actually a little bit worried. That was going to be iPhone. And look, I got Android with the rest of the good world out there. And that needed to happen. So, I mean, mobile, of course, is so big now, especially with gaming. Hearthstone is a perfect market for this. It makes a whole lot of sense to do that. I think great move.
They announced some golden heroes that are going to be obtainable through the ranked play system. So trying to incentivize some competitive play and some ladder. So looks like they have an eye on that esports thing. And as Hearthstone sort of is started to sweep into the esports world, I'm really interested to see how much this game can establish itself as a competitive title.
Yeah, Blizzard's in a really interesting spot right now. I think as we creep into 2014, they have the opportunity with these two titles to sort of to experiment a lot. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed, 5 months ago that a competitive card game would have gotten as big as it is. Right. And it's just it's crazy. It's always number 2 or 3 on Twitch, so we'll have to see.
I also think the important thing is Hearthstone is their first ever free-to-play game. So of all the games Blizzard has done, this is the first one they've made free-to-play. It makes a lot of sense for this genre, and I think they're probably doing pretty well in revenue from it, and it wouldn't really surprise me to see Heroes of the Storm right after as the next free-to-play game, just like Dota and League of Legends. Makes sense for this. I think they both probably going to work in tandem.
Yep. Well, Heroes of the Storm going into, I guess you can sign up for the beta. No idea when that'll be, but hopefully soon. Yeah. But you know what? I know we've talked a lot. We should probably wrap up and go play the games, watch some WCS. You want to take us out, Cody?
All right. Well, we hope you guys tune in for the rest of the onGamers coverage this weekend. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon.